When we're thinking about cash, there's only three ways that me, you, or your company can get cash. There's only three. You can earn it. So for me and you, that's coming in through our paycheck. If we go to work, we can sell something and go on Facebook Marketplace and sell a mountain bike or a snowboard or car seat or something. You can get cash from selling something, or you can borrow it. You can go to the bank and you can ask for a loan. So if that's the ways that you and I can get cash, it's the same for our companies. They can earn it, and that in finance language is called cash from operations. So it's the core day-to-day business that you run, the products and services that you sell, and the money that you get from that on a cash basis. You earn it. That's called cash from operations. Then there's selling stuff, which in business talk is called a investing activity. So the buying and selling of assets, stuff that you own and control, you can sell those things and get cash by selling your stuff. And then the third way is borrowing it or financing. So there's only three sources and uses of cash: cash from operations, cash from investing, and cash from financing. Cash from operations is the most sustainable long-term way of generating cash as a business. As long as you've got products and services and you've got customers that want your products and services and you have a way to get that stuff to your customers, you're going to be generating cash from operations through those activities. Now, as long as the cash that you bring in from your customers is greater than what you have to spend in order to provide those products and services, your cash from operations will be positive. And when we're talking about cash from operations, a shorthand for that is simply called cash flow. So you may hear about cash flow from operations, cash from operations, they're all synonymous with each other. So cash flow is all the cash in from your core operations minus all the cash out from your core operations. And you think about it over the course of a period of time. So this month, this quarter, this year, what was our cash flow? Well, it's the amount of cash flow that we brought in through our core operations minus the cash that we spent on our core operations. Now, other organizations, like we said, can get cash in other ways. We can get cash from the bank and we can sell assets. It's not sustainable to rely on cash from those in the long run, because if you're selling assets to generate cash to run your business, well, eventually you're going to run out of assets and then you're going to run out of business because you have nothing to make money anymore. And if you're relying on cash from financing to get the cash that you need to run your business, well, eventually you're going to have so much debt that the cash coming in from running your business isn't going to be able to pay off the debts that you owe, and that interest is going to pile up, and then you're going to be stuck. So that's why cash from operations is so important for the individuals in an organization to focus on, because it's the core engine, it's the core sustainable way that the business is going to get the cash it needs to do the things that it needs to keep the lights on, to make acquisitions, to invest in growth internally. All of that is primarily going to come from cash from operations. So if I'm thinking, well, what does this mean to me if I'm a marketing person or if I'm in IT and I'm not directly dealing with customers or directly dealing with cash in and out? Well, you might think about what types of expenses you have influence over, what type of revenue generation that you influence, and anything you can do that increases revenue or lowers expenses is going to have an impact on cash. If you're in a department, salespeople typically have influence over these types of things that has to deal with accounts payable or accounts receivable or any inventory. Anything you can do to lengthen the time for accounts payable, reduce the time on accounts receivable, or make your inventory turn faster, all of those things are going to have an influence on cash and your cash from operations. So those are a few ideas for how people can impact the cash in their organization.